getting into that comfortable position, you can start to just check in with your physical body and your physical posture. I often find that is the best way to start a meditation practice, is by coming back into the physical and starting with what is undeniable. So you can allow your eyes to gently close if you're in a space where you feel safe to do that at any time when you're ready. And just start with a nice big cleansing breath. So taking a long, deep, and slow inhale through the nose. And exhale to let all of that go. And see if you can just push a little bit more air out of you, even once you think you're empty. Just really push yourself to fully empty yourself. And then just notice what that's like. And then allow your next breath to come as it needs to. And you can do that a few more times, just exaggerating your breath and fully emptying yourself and just pausing in that emptiness. And then start to check in with your spine. Start to check in with your face, with your shoulders, your hands, your legs. Just starting to call all of your awareness to your physical body. Just making note of how you're feeling, whatever time of day it is for you. And just starting to intentionally align your shoulders with your hips, align your pelvic floor with the throat center or with the back of the throat even. And just start to trace that center line of your body, creating a clear channel from the pelvic floor through the navel, through the breastbone, through the throat, the chin, the nose, the third eye, and the head. To start to bring awareness to the center of your body. And as you start to center yourself physically, you can just notice the muscles in your face. And see if you can soften your eyebrows and your forehead a little bit more. And then even once you've softened the forehead and eyebrows, see if you can soften even deeper. See if you can let go a little bit more. And notice your jaw. And see if you can just allow your jaw to hang into place. And just feel all the muscles of your face just resting where they naturally want to rest. And releasing the need to hold anything up. Releasing the need to hold any specific expression on the face. And just see if you can allow your face to act as jello or as water or ice melting. Just anything with that release, that acceptance, that melting sensation. And even if you just experience that for a split second, just allowing yourself to notice what that feels like, to make note of what it feels like to relax the face. And allow that same sense of release to extend into the ears, into the hairline and the scalp, so that your whole head and your whole face feels just safe to be exactly as it is. And even the little muscles around your nostrils and your nose that flare up, even those are starting to soften. Even the eyelids all the tiny little muscles that we often forget about, even the chin, the lips. And just trusting that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. There's nothing else you should be doing besides relaxing the body, besides listening to these words and softening into them. And allow this same softness to spread down the neck, across the collarbones and shoulder blades, down the arms, into the hands. And to start to bring awareness to your heart, the chest, and the heartbeat that exists here, and the hands. And maybe you can start to feel the rhythm of your own heartbeat. Maybe even hear your heartbeat in the distance. And then maybe feeling the pulsing or the beating of your hands as well. And just reminding yourself of the physical connection between your heart and your hands, and the veins that connect them, and the pulse, the blood that is running from the heart to the hands. And if it's helpful, you can even take your own pulse. You can place your fingers on your pulse on your wrist, or you can place your hands on your heart to just remind yourself of this physical heartbeat. And reminding yourself that there is nothing you are doing to make that happen. And by bringing awareness to the pulse and to the heartbeat, you're bringing awareness to the divine that exists within you, and to the force of nature, or the source, I guess, the source of light, the source of your energy. As you remember that this heart has been beating your entire life, and there has never been anything you have done to control that, to make that happen. It is just a pure gift of this life. So just feeling a sense of gratitude for this gift, for the fact that your heart is beating and keeping you alive. And allowing yourself to be gifted this, feeling a sense of worthiness for this. And just trusting that all you need to be worthy of it is receive it. Just the fact that you have a beating heart means that you are worthy, and there is nothing further you need to do to earn this gift. Simply by being you, you are worthy. So, feeling this sense of acceptance, just continue to spread throughout your body. Feeling the face soften even more. The shoulders, the arms and hands continuing to soften as you feel the rib cage just rest on the lungs. And almost feel like the ribs are hugging your lungs. Feeling how your skeleton is hugging your insides. And feeling how your skin is hugging your skeleton. And as your body gently breathes in, this hug gets a little bit tighter as you feel the lungs press against your ribs. Just feeling all this support you have from your body. Feeling the breath travel even deeper into the stomach as you feel the muscles across the abdomen just resting and hugging your organs, and the skin resting and hugging the muscles. Maybe feeling the heartbeat that exists in the stomach as well. That gut brain, the solar plexus. And this is where our true sense of worthiness resides. So just peeling back the layers and getting back to the basics, and the most basic truth and fact is that simply by having this body, you are worthy of the gifts that you receive, simply because you have received them. And we can often get really caught up in having to do certain things to be worthy, or do things to earn love and appreciation. And we often feel like we are not worthy of receiving certain gifts or privileges. And underneath all of those layers of confusion and doubt and self-doubt, there is just a truth that exists, that you know on a deep level that you would not be given the things you were given if you did not deserve them in some way, if you were not worthy of them in some way. And at the same time, there is nothing in particular you did to deserve the gifts that you have. And we can show our appreciation for our gifts and privileges by the way we live, by the love that we spread, and by the love that we give to ourselves, to our bodies. And watching that naturally expand and multiply into the world around us and the people's lives around us. And just feeling this sense of gratitude and acceptance naturally expand into your lower stomach and your hips, your pelvic floor, glutes, and the full length and the full weight of your legs and your feet and your toes. So just feeling all the muscles throughout your entire body just ungrip from the bones and almost lean back or roll off of the bones. So you get into this place of a deep stillness and a deep acceptance for any tough lessons you may be moving through or healing from, and coming back into that state of acceptance and just knowing that whatever happens for whatever reason is supposed to happen, and we do not need to know why in order to accept that. And this is where our sense of faith and trust comes in. And just trusting that we learn the lessons we are meant to learn, and we share the lessons we are meant to share. And sometimes The only reason we learn a lesson is so that we can share it. And that is enough of a reason. So bring some attention into the forehead. You maybe even feeling your physical eyeballs just resting back and down in the eye sockets, and maybe even gazing into the forehead and just noticing anything that you see, noticing anything that you feel. Maybe feeling a pulsing of the third eye center, or maybe not. And as your awareness rests here, you can just allow the rest of your body to continue to soften. Allow your heartbeat to continue to expand throughout your body and spread more love and acceptance throughout. And I'm going to read some passages, and you can just notice how your body responds and take with you what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I'll type the name of these passages in the chat after the practice, so you can just worry about listening. So, there's an important difference between dwelling in misery and understanding that on the path of healing, things will come up that sometimes cause us to feel the old emotions and patterns that we are working on letting go. There is great power in honoring the reality of our current emotions, not feeding them or making them worse, but simply recognizing that this is what has arisen in the present moment, and that this will also change. When we create this space within ourselves, a space of calmness that is undisturbed by the storm tends to pass more quickly. Practicing such profound honesty within ourselves helps in all facets of internal and external life. There is no real freedom without honesty. And without honesty, there can be no peace of mind. Healing ourselves isn't about constantly feeling bliss. Being attached to bliss is a bondage of its own. Trying to force ourselves to be happy is counterproductive because it suppresses the sometimes tough reality of the moment, pushing it back within the depths of our being instead of allowing it to arise and release. Healing ourselves is the personal movement we embark on to let go of all the conditioning that limits our freedom. In this journey, there will undoubtedly be moments of bliss and difficulty. Real happiness and wisdom grow from the reality we experience, not from the fleeting moments of bliss that we feel. Reminder: a sign of growth is being okay with not being okay. That is the words of Yung Pueblo from his book, Inward. And now here is a poem, Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. So you can just allow those words to settle and check back in with your body and how your body's responding physically. Any thoughts that are coming up mentally. And then bring awareness back into your heart center. And tuning in with your heart, you can let your hands go wherever they want to go. Maybe a hand wants to go on the heart, a hand on the belly, maybe both hands on the heart, maybe somewhere else entirely. And just trust the natural intelligence of your body and your hands, and that they will go where they are wanted or needed the most. And maybe they just want to stay away from your body, and that's okay too. But just feeling the physical body, feeling the gift that is your body. The heart that is beating, the lungs that are breathing, the eyes that can see whatever it is you see, even with the eyes closed. The ears that can hear the words I'm saying and whatever noises exist in your reality. A mouth that can taste and speak. The nose that can smell and breathe. The skin that can feel. And just bringing yourself into the reality of your gifts. And trusting that you will do what you are meant to do with these gifts. And if it feels like something you'd like to do, you can bring your hands to a prayer position to seal this practice. The palms making contact with one another. Feeling the pulse into each other and the heart included. And taking a deep and full and intentional breath into the body. And as you exhale, allowing your head to bow, allowing your body to surrender, as you give a deep sense of thanks to your Maker, whatever source created you. Bowing to that Creator, and bowing to the love that's all around you, your ancestors, spirits, guides, angels, whatever word you may have for the love and guidance that surrounds you. And bowing to everyone in this space who has completed this practice alongside you. And most importantly, bowing to yourself for taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding into everything you do and to everyone that you see. Namaste.